Hey guys, Brad from RotoHeat.com back at it with another 2020 rookie profile. Today we're talking Albert Okwuegbunam, tight end, Missouri. Don't forget, if you've liked all the content you've been seeing from the RotoHeat channel here on YouTube, like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything that we're kicking out for this 2020 rookie class. Okwuegbunam is 6'5", 255 pounds. In his college career, he had 98 catches for 1,187 yards and 23 touchdowns, and that's in 3 years at Missouri. For athletic ability, we gave him a 6.9 out of 10. We definitely think he has a very good overall athletic profile, and he's fairly versatile for the tight end position. There's a lot to his game to like. He does the one downside that I noticed a lot on film is he kind of lacks the suddenness that you'd expect from the position, but he's a really well-rounded tight end. You saw them using him as a blocker and kicking him out and getting him moving around and using that athletic ability to be a mismatch depending on the competition they were facing. For toughness, we gave him a 6.2 out of 10. Most of the guys who were looking at him from the RotoHeat team saw a very good blocking tight end. You saw him used quite well in the run game, and they weren't afraid to use him, and that goes to his toughness. He wasn't afraid to put his nose in there and really go after the guys, taking on defensive linemen and linebackers and secondary. You saw him blocking at all three levels, helping to spring those running backs. So we definitely think that's an area that'll be helpful for him when he moves to the next level. Obviously not going to be huge for your fantasy team, but that gives him the opportunity to be on the field regularly. From early on. Obviously concern is the injury history, as he's had a bit of that in his career thus far. But we definitely think that he's got the toughness for the position to be successful at the NFL level. For hands, we gave him a 7.6 out of 10. As a group, this was by far the best ability he has going into the NFL. You saw plenty of big plays and highlight catches from Okwuegbunam. We definitely think that he's got great hands, and that'll be really appealing at the next level. You're seeing so many teams. I mean, think of teams like New England and New Orleans who are pumping through these old tight ends because they want guys that have good receiving ability because the scheme needs that kind of a tight end. So this is a great class when it comes to getting tight ends that have a pretty good catching ability, and Okwuegbunam is one of them. So we're excited about this at the next level. For Yak, we gave him a 7.1 out of 10. This is an interesting one because as we compiled our notes and what we saw on tape, some of the guys saw big plays and highlight catches and you see that on the film, but there's also times where you see him going down easy or going down without too much extra yak. And the interesting thing to me is you saw a lot of times where he was, it almost appeared like, I don't want to say taking plays off or not going 100%, because when you're out on the field, you have to give it your all. But there's times where you could tell that he was working hard, and when he's at his peak and when he's giving it his all, you see a very solid tight end out on the field. When he's not, there's some concerns there, but we definitely think that he has a very good ability when it comes to yak. So definitely something we see moving forward is something that'll help him as he moves on to the next level. For route running, we gave him a 5.9 out of 10. By far the biggest concern by all of us on the team, and one that he's going to have to work on at the next level considerably, is the fact that the route tree that he had in Missouri just wasn't really very dynamic and very deep. You didn't see a lot going on for him when it came to, he's basically stretching the field vertically, and some of the concern is, underneath, at the next level, is he going to be able to get away from those athletic linebackers or maybe the safeties that are up there guarding him? He's going to have to learn quite a bit more at the next level and develop that route tree at the next level to really take his game to the next level. So definitely something we're concerned about, but it's definitely something that can be worked on. If he's got the work ethic and he puts in the hours, he can easily develop this route tree at the next level. Overall, we gave him a 6.7 out of 10. There's a bit to like about Oku-a-Bunam, and there's a bit to be a little nervous about, a little concerned about. Some of the guys on the team love him moving to the next level. Some of us are kind of cautiously optimistic, and some of us are just not excited. You see comments like he can be, the best tight end in the draft class, or he could be a wash. Big boom bust prospect, middling prospect. Could be best tight end in the class. So we have some concerns about is he going to give it 100% effort? Is he going to be with the right coaching staff that can develop things like his, the injuries, getting him with a good strength and conditioning staff to help him be careful about, how he's taking hits, where he's taking hits, learning how best to use his weight and the balance and doing all those things that a tight end needs to do at the next level, because a lot's going to be expected of him. It's a very tough position, being in run blocking, splitting out, being in the slot, all those different types of things he needs to be able to do. And, I think he definitely has potential. He's a guy that if you're drafting before the NFL draft, he's probably one of the top tight ends that get drafted. I think after combine, between draft, there'll be a different thinking on the tight end group, and then once a draft happens, there'll be, a big difference. Everybody will know where the guys are going. If you see him go to a team like I mentioned before, like a New Orleans or New England, or someone who utilizes the tight end all over the field, that would make his value go up. So definitely something to think about as you're evaluating Oku-a-Bunam is landing spot's going to be key for this guy. He's definitely going to need to go somewhere that develops tight ends. So make sure you put in the comments and let us know who you want us to talk about next.
Also, right there, playlist. Hit it. Watch the videos. Do it. You want to. Do it.